YouTube, what is up? It is the anonymous Sneakerhead, the most mysterious sneaker YouTuber in the game, back with another video for you guys today, man. And in today's video, we have the 32nd episode of the Sneaker Talk series, man. And what I do in the Sneaker Talk series, for those of you who haven't been around, is I just talk about anything that's going on in the sneaker community, sneaker culture, sneaker game, whatever you want to call it. I like to think of it more as like a sneaker community. But before we get into that, man, if you are new here and you're not familiar with those Sneaker Talk videos, man, make sure you go ahead, hit that subscribe button, join the anonymous Sneakerhead family, join the channel. Also, if you want to support, all that I ask is that you take the 2 seconds to go ahead, smash that like button, helps with the algorithms, bring more people to the channel. And then last but not least, go ahead and follow the Instagram at anonymous Sneakerhead. You get a lot of information up there first. Poll stories, questions, things like that. Actually, right now, if you are to check out my story, I did put up all of the shoes that I'm going to talk about in this video to just help prove my point and basically talk you guys off of a ledge a little bit, man. But now that that's out of the way, man, let's get into this video. So I just want to talk about really where I think the sneaker game is as far as resale. And I know that people are having so much trouble buying things for retail, but not even that. And really the impact, I think for whatever reason, nobody is talking about this in sneakers. No sneaker YouTuber is talking about it. Nobody on Instagram, for whatever reason, your complex people that you watch and Bleacher Report, whatever, they're not talking about this, and they're just complaining about how bad it is to get shoes for retail, right? First of all, people need to stop being entitled. If you're watching this video and you feel that same way, check yourself. First of all, put in more footwork to get shoes for retail. I really don't have that much of a problem getting shoes for retail. Really haven't really ever had that much of a problem getting shoes for retail. It's always possible. So check your entitlement at the door. If you feel entitled and you want to cry about all that, leave the video. But now that those people are gone, I just want to remind you guys of a couple things, man, and show you guys why I think it's going to be easier to get shoes for retail again. Now, keep in mind, we are on the tail end of this pandemic right now. People are getting vaccinated. Things are opening back up, all of that, right? But keep in mind, this pandemic really popped up around the end of February, early March last year, the beginning of 2020, really. So I picked out a couple shoes, just Jordans, to keep the list easy, and do this right now. But I picked out a couple shoes to show you guys, just to really remind you guys of what it was like before COVID, right? People act like this resale crazy thing, impossible to get shoes for retail, has been going on for years and years and years and years and years. No, this is a byproduct of COVID. Just like a lot of people have gotten COVID and gotten really sick, I believe that the sneaker game has gotten COVID and has been sick. So let's get into these shoes, man. So now I want to talk about this one shoe right here. I pulled this one out for a particular reason, and that is because if you guys go ahead and watch my flashback, man, I called these the COVID 4s when they released. Like off rip, I called these the COVID 4s way back then at the beginning of 2020. Now, these came around, I call these the coronavirus 4s. These were the last, if I'm correct, this is the last sneaker that was supposed to release before the big nationwide coronavirus shutdown. I think this was the first sneaker that released where we couldn't get it in store. You only had to get it online because all the stores were shut down. But anyways, that sneaker is right here. You know what I'm saying? The Air Jordan 4 Neon 95. Now, it's a dope shoe, dope colorway. Not doing a review. I already did a review on these. But what I do want to talk about is these came out, like I said, this was the last sneaker. And I call these the COVID 4s for a reason, because this is the last sneaker to come out right before, if you guys remember last year in March, when we had that 2-week lockdown, when they were like, hey, we're just going to lock down, no one go outside for 2 weeks, this thing will be over with. We thought it would, it obviously wasn't. But this was the last shoe to release before then, and I remember saying back then, like, yo, this is the shoe where, like, yo, you can't go in the store and get them. These are going to sit because we're going to be locked down, so the stores are going to have the supplies, you're going to go back in there, whatever, right? Now, the new resellers, right, because people got bored during COVID, and I think a big problem is there's a lot of new resellers who were just like, oh, I could buy sneakers and buy whatever, and that's why everything is selling out now, right? But anyways, these retails for $225 did not sell out, sat. I was able to get them for $86. $86 on sale and with coupons, right? Not that long ago. This is last March, April, something like that, right? When I got these. Well, these came out, I think, last March. I probably didn't get them till April when I got them on sale and everything. But once again, that's the shoe that sat, right? And I actually made a little list for myself. So I'm can keep up, make sure I'm giving you guys the right numbers. But that shoe, for example, right there, the Neon 95 or the Neon Jordan 4, that shoe is reselling for $341 right now. That's a shoe that sat for months. For months, it sat, and it's reselling for more than $120 more than its retail price. And that's just in my size. I didn't look at all the other sizes, right? Another shoe, right? We're talking Jordan 1s are going crazy right now. Here's these. Now, once again, this is a 2019 release, but it's a late 2019 release. These came out actually on Black Friday in 2019. And once again, you guys forget. Also, now that I think about it, a lot of these shoes on this list, I was able to just walk into a store and get them, right? You guys forget what it used to like. These came out, and I remember before Black Friday, I called my mall earlier that week, and I was like, hey, are you guys gonna have pairs of these? Like, do you think I should try to get them online or what? And the dude at Champs told me, he was like, bro, nobody's checking for these. You'll be fine. Just walk in Friday morning, you'll pick them up. And that's exactly what I did. Didn't do any reservations. This was before the Flex app, whatever. Didn't try to do any reservations. Just walked in the mall, picked them up. I did my review of these in the car, in the parking lot on Black Friday, the day I picked these up. I just walked in the mall, picked them up, walked out, right? Now, once again, Bloodlines right here in my size alone, they're going for $300. I know like other sizes closer to mine, they're going upwards of $400, right? This is a shoe that I walked in the store, picked up, boom. Weeks later, months later, they were sitting on shelves. Going into 2021, you could walk into a Foot Action and find them. Or sorry, not 2021, 2020. At the beginning of 2020, you could walk into a Foot Action and find them, pick up your pair. They were in outlets, all of that. Now, $300 plus, $400 plus shoe, right? Boom. I just want to tell you guys how recent this stuff is. Another shoe now. This shoe came out at the beginning of 2019, January 2019. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It took 7 months. They sat for 7 months before I got my pair right here, the Jordan 4 Laser, right? 7 months I got my pair for $75. They were retail for $200. They were on sale for $150. Then they had the 50% off promotion for one day. I was able to get my pair for $75. And then they sat for months after that. These shoes sat for like 10 months. All the way up. They sat for over a year, really. 2019 to the beginning of 2020, these sat. We're sitting on shelves, right? Right now, once again, I'll put the pictures on the screen for you guys. But this shoe right here, the Laser 4, the black Laser 4. This isn't even the dope Laser 4, but it's the black one with the gum bottom, which I think is dope, but whatever. Of all the Lasers, this is the least sought after. This shoe is reselling for $373 right now. Once again, I'm just trying to prove to y'all, the sneaker game is sick. It's a byproduct of COVID. Think back. It's not like we're talking about, oh, back in 2008, back in 2007, back in 2010. We're talking about a year and a half ago. We're talking about 16 months ago, right? When these shoes were sitting, right? Another shoe. This is probably the biggest one on this list, right? The Black Cat 4. This shoe came out, and you guys know if you've been following me from before, this is a shoe that I always really, really wanted, man. Black Cat 4. I went after it super, right? Once again, this was before the Flex app, before reservations and all of that. And then once again, this is in 2020. This isn't even late 2019. This is like a month before the lockdown, February 2020. And I don't live in the middle of nowhere. Well, at that time, I was in Staten Island, in New York City, where the sneakers are, New York City, that place. I was living in there, went to the mall early. I thought they were gonna sell out, right? Went to the mall early the day that these came out, like a couple hours early, sat around. A couple stores had lines. There was no line at Foot Locker. There was a little bit of a line at Foot Action. Couple people at Jimmy Jazz. I got my pair at Jimmy Jazz, right? Boom. Those came out in February, real easy. $190, walked in, grabbed, hey, you got a size 12? Yeah, I got you. Check out, boom, right? A whole week and a half later, 10 days later, after this release, I was in the mall, or 7 days later, first of all, the next week I was in the mall, and I was like, oh, they're still sitting there, right? Boom, they're still sitting there. I should have bought another pair. I thought about doing it. I didn't do it because money was tight. Anyways, 3 more days after that, so a whole 10 days after this release, these were still sitting in the mall. I told one of my boys, I was like, hey, bro, I got the Black Cat 4s, man. They're still sitting in the mall. You want to go get a pair? He was like, hell yeah. He didn't have a car at the time. I gave him a ride to the mall. 10 days after this release. 10 days after this release. You know what I'm saying? We went in, picked up his pair, $190, no problem. And he's a size 14. That's a tough shoe to find, especially today, right? Walked in, picked up a size 14, walked out. Once again, I'm going to emphasize, 10 days after this release. I can remember up to three weeks after the release, these were still sitting in stores. That's what I can remember. And Skip Goes Hard can verify that. I know that because he was always saying, oh, I'm gonna get my pair. They're still sitting. And then he ended up not getting them. And then once again, boom, pandemic hit. Resellers, boom, these sold out immediately. They're disappeared. Can't find Black Hat 4s anywhere, right? Everyone's bored. Once again, the sneaker game is sick. I'm going to keep saying that. The sneaker game is sick. This isn't a permanent thing. The sneaker game just caught COVID, right? Boom. These disappeared. They went away. And then during COVID, during what we thought was the 2-week lockdown, it was only going to be that 2-week lockdown. Boom, the Last Dance documentary came out, and it was a wrap for these. This is a $615 sneaker right now in my size. $615 for a sneaker that sat for almost a month. I'm gonna say it again, $615. I took my boy back to the mall 10 days after the release, and they were just sitting there, multiple pairs. He was able to walk in 10 days after the release and pick up a size 14. You know what I'm saying? I'm a size 12, not as scarce as a 14. I don't know what the 14s are selling for, but yo, $615. This shoe sat a year ago, 2020, the beginning. This is a 2020 release. Like, if y'all not hearing what I'm saying, that's why I'm telling y'all, yo, just wait it out. Wait it out. All of these, and I hate using this term. But all of these fake sneakerheads will be gone soon, bro. A lot of people just got into the sneaker game during COVID because it was something to do. People were bored. They were laid off from work. They were working from home. They saw it as a way to make money. And a little people are making money. But even if you look at resale prices now, like recent releases, right? Obviously not anything super hype like the UNC stuff, like the 4s or the 1s. But even the taupe hazes aren't going for anything crazy. The Carmine 6s are going for a little bit over retail, barely over retail. You know what I'm saying? The Volt Gold 1s aren't going for nothing crazy considering they're a Jordan 1, right? Boom. Couple more shoes I want to talk about. I tell people about these all the time, man. Once again, another release from last year. Not 2020. All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend 2020. These came out in February. All-Star Weekend. Sat like bricks. This is Nike Air. I don't have the Chicago. For Chicago pair went, but those are only released in Chicago. Nike Air. You know what I'm saying? Red Cement 3. Nike Air. Sat. Weeks. Months. Sat. I was going to the store. Money wasn't looking right back then. I was going to the store. Boom. They're sitting there. Maybe I'll get them later. Go to the store. Maybe I'll get them later. Maybe I ended up getting these retail for $200, $134 on sale. Sat for Jordan 3, Red Cement Jordan 3, basically a reverse black cement, right? Sat. Now let's look at what the resale price on these is right now. $200 retail, $282 in my size. Not crazy, but still sat. These sat. Once again, COVID came. People got bored. The sneaker game got sick. People started reselling everything. The sneaker game got COVID. These sat, bro. Not only these came out around the same time the women's UNC to Chicago ones came out. Sat. Those were sitting next to each other on display cases. This and those were sitting next to each other for a month. 6 weeks, 8 weeks after the release on display cases, right? Once again, this is all before COVID. This is February of bro, we're talking about February of last year. I want to keep saying that. We're talking about February of last year, not February of 2015, not February of 1994, February of last year. Sat, right? Boom. Let's go to, and also I said, I did want to remind you, at the same time these were out, the UNC to Chicago women's Jordan 1s were out, sitting on shelves, sitting there, rotting, right? Boom. Let's go back to 2019, a 2019 summer release. These right here, the Air Jordan 5. I'm going to show y'all how sick the sneaker game is right now, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. When I say the sneaker game got COVID, just so y'all can really see what I'm talking about. Where are they? Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this, right? Boom. End of 2019, summer 2019, these came out right here. $225 retail, sat months. They sat. I would go into foot action. I actually, matter of fact, after New Year's, I know for a fact these were still sitting on the shelves in my foot action at home in 2020 because I was with my girlfriend in the mall and she almost got a pair because they were close to her. They had a pair close to her size. They didn't have a pair in her size, but I almost got her a pair. Anyways, these sat because this was after Christmas. So this was the beginning of 2020. These were still sitting, you know what I'm saying? Dope quality on them. One of my favorite Jordan 5s of all time, right? Still, they sat late 2019 into 2020 they sat, right? Let me pull out my notebook again. These are just all the things that I looked up. Michigan 5s, $368 right now resale, right? Once again, $225 retail. Now they're going for $368 resale, bro. And I didn't even do my research for this shoe, but just here's the comparison, right? The Oregon 5. Now, these, to me, the Michigans are better than the Oregons, to me, just quality-wise, right? The quality, I think, on these are a lot better, but still, this is a sneaker that sat. This sneaker flew off the shelves immediately. I don't know what the resale on these is right now. I know one consignment shop near me had them for $350, but I don't really trust consignment shop prices, but I do know one of the spots near me has a DS pair of these. I'm not sure what size, for $350. But bro, just look at how fast these went. Once again, these dropped in 2020, right? I believe they dropped in the summer of 2020, around a year after the Michigans. Dropped in summer of 2020, sold out immediately, hard to get. Resale was on them crazy, right? Once again, I'm gonna say it again. The sneaker game is sick. The sneaker game got COVID. It'll be okay. It'll recover. I'm making this video just to remind y'all, bro. I want to make this video to remind y'all, bro. The sneaker game got COVID. That is what it is, right? So, I took all of those sneakers out, man, just to show y'all, to remind y'all. We're not talking about a long time ago, right? There's sneakers I could pull out, right? Like, let me think of an example right here. There's sneakers that I could pull out, like something like, I don't know, something like these, right? I'm looking at these right now, like the Animal Instincts. Like, this is a 2019 release, and he sat for a while, but like, this is an early, like, release, and there was a bunch of pairs. I could pull out something like that. I could pull out, well, I can't pull these out anymore because I gave them the Goodwill, but my Syracuse Dunks from, and this is a long time ago, my Syracuse Dunks from when I was in 7th grade in, like, 2009, right? But I'm not talking about 2009. I'm talking about recent shoes. 2020 release, 2020 release, 2020 release, end of 2019 release, Black Friday 2019, sat into 2020. Boom. These came out at the beginning of 2019, sat for over a year into 2020, right? Summer of 2019, sat into 2020. I'm pulling out recent releases, recent Jordan releases. I'm not even talking about any of my Air Maxes, right? I'm not even talking about anything else. Just some recent Jordan releases, bro. The sneaker game is not as bad of a situation as you think it is. A lot of people are just overly entitled, and a lot of people that shouldn't have a voice do have one. And what I mean by that is, it's so easy to make videos and to post on Instagram and to talk on Twitter and to talk to this person and that person or whatever. It's so easy to talk and da-da-da-da. But a lot of these people have no idea what they're talking about. A lot of people say, oh, it's so hard to get sneakers for retail, because they've never gotten sneakers for retail before. They don't have these. They didn't. You could have walked into a store and got these if you wanted. But now they're like, man, I hate how high the resale price on those Michigan 5s. You could have just walked in the store and got them. I hate how high the resale price on the Black Hat 4 is. You could have walked into the store for a month after they came out and got them. I hate how high the resale price on the Bloodline 1s is. You could have walked into a store and got them, right? I hate how high the resale price on the Neon 95s is. You could have walked into a store and got them. And when I say walk into a store, I'm talking no reservation. I'm talking walk in there on a Wednesday at 3:45 p.m. and pick up one of these shoes. They were sitting. You could have walked in. You could have walked into a store and got them. I hate how high the resale on those 3s are. You could have got them, right? So when people are making these complaints, pay attention to who it is. How long have they been in the sneaker game? How long have they been doing this, right? I get a lot of people, especially one of my videos where I'm talking about UAs, and once again, I don't care if people wear UAs or fakes. I said that in that video. I don't care. I don't do it, but you guys do what you want. I'm not going to judge somebody for spending their money how they want to spend it, right? But a lot of people on those videos are saying, well, you can't get shoes for retail. It's impossible to get shoes for retail, so I'm going to get da-da-da-da-da. You haven't been in the game long enough. You could have got these for retail. You could have got these for retail. Easy retail, easy retail. Matter of fact, time out. Easy below retail, easy below retail, easy below retail. Forget retail, below retail, right? Easy retail, easy retail, easy retail. Come on, bro. Come on, I don't want to hear. Matter of fact, these were going for below retail for a while. I know that for a fact. I don't know if these ever got below retail. I know these never got below retail. But I know these were going below for a little bit. And like I said, below, all below retail, right? But all of these new sneakerheads don't remember that, and they're the ones with the loudest voices. The brand new sneakerheads, the one making the most noise, they're the ones with the loudest voices, so they don't You know what I'm saying? They don't remember all of that, how great it was, right? But like I said, I'm gonna say it one last time. The sneaker game is sick. The sneaker game has COVID. COVID kills. Out of the people that get it, I know it has killed a lot of people, but realistically, kills 2% of those people. And out of that 2%, 78% of those people were obese. So it kills less than 1% of 1% of people, right? They get it. So it is what it is, right? The sneaker game will be fine. It'll recover. You know what I'm saying? Just wait out the fake sneakerheads, wait out the new booties. You know what I'm saying? They'll go get into something else, whether it's trading cards or popples or Pokemon, whatever, right? They'll get into all of that, right? The real sneakerheads are here to stay, man. It is what it is. Do not worry. That is it for this video. I know I got off on a tangent there, but that is it for this one, you guys. I am the Anonymous Sneakerhead. If you are new here, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the Anonymous Sneakerhead family. Join the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support, all that I ask is that you take the 2 seconds to go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps with the algorithms and helps bring more people to the videos, which can help grow the channel. And especially, I think this is a video a lot of people need to see. And then also, make sure that you go ahead and follow the Instagram at Anonymous Sneakerhead. You get a lot of information up there first. Poll stories, questions, kicks of the day, all of this stuff like that, man. But that is it for this one, you guys. I am the most mysterious sneaker YouTuber in the game. And as always, it's all about the sneakers.